Hey everybody, thanks for joining us here at Traces of Hollywood. It's good to see you again. This time we've got something a little bit different, but pretty exciting nonetheless. Back in the middle of June, I looked over towards Chino Canyon from the backyard and I noticed a brush fire had started. Now what's significant about this is it's actually near the Elvis Presley Estate and the Elvis Presley Honeymoon Hideaway, as you can see on the map. And now this is the Elvis Presley Estate from a video I shot back in February. And I think this is cool, just to know that these are the steps that Elvis actually walked on. And this is the Honeymoon Hideaway during Modernism Week. It was only about a quarter mile from each of these iconic locations. We did call the fire department and they were already aware of it. And thankfully in Palm Springs, they stay on top of things like this and got to it pretty quickly. You'll see here they had dispatched some aircraft, I would say within about a half an hour. And I've seen firefighting aircraft at the airport here in Palm Springs. So they were very nearby and thankfully they weren't already obligated to a fire elsewhere, because there have been some other fires in the mountains surrounding and other parts of Southern California. So this is pretty dramatic footage, and I'll say it was just as dramatic to see in person. I've never witnessed water bombers and these firefighting helicopters actually working a fire before. It was the first time for me, and you can see they used a combination of water that they picked up from nearby reservoirs, like in this shot, and also the pink color you see is a fire retardant that they would drop down to prevent the fire from spreading further down the hillside. Here's a C-47 Chinook helicopter, the twin rotor. That thing was pretty cool, very impressive. And it had a little nozzle basically hanging off the bottom that they dip into the water and pump water into some holding tanks inside the helicopter, then dump it on the fire. And this shot reminds me of something out of an action movie, because as soon as the Chinook left, this Blackhawk came in and dumped some water. And these aircraft are a combination of the Forest Service and private companies that contract around the world. There's one that was flying out of the Palm Springs airport just before this event, doing training up in the nearby mountains. And I read an article that said when it's winter here, they go down and cover the fire season in Australia, because they're south of the equator. So when it's winter here, it's summer there, and vice versa. And this is some of the aircraft I was able to capture on a flight tracker app. Just did some screenshots. I didn't get the helicopters, but these are some of the fixed-wing aircraft. So you can see the firefighters did an excellent job of protecting all these historic homes. The last thing I'll add is that being new to YouTube, my channel isn't yet monetized, so the videos I do I pay for out of my own pocket, and I'm happy to do so. And all I ask in return is for you guys to subscribe, because that helps the channel grow. So thanks, and see you next time.